Okay, we are live.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Uh, Ailana Barwa, and Vail Sharma, my co-host, uh, welcome you all to the Jury's Friday webinar, where we have speakers from the field of animal welfare. Uh, Before we approach today's agenda, I'd like to throw some light on and speak about our organization. Jury is a non-profit organization which was started by Milind Datta in 2017. Our sole motive is to promote and create and connect with people with different initiatives that are striving for social change and seeking entrepreneurial opportunities in Assam and its neighboring states. For the past few months, we've been working towards a goal through this virtual platform, and we invite speakers from different fields where they talk about their journey, their experience, and their work to inspire one another. We believe in empowering and inspiring one another. Our prime objective is to empower one another. And for today's webinar, we have Fayeja Tanzila Ahmed, who is a founder of Puhor-Jorhat. Puhor organization, organization feeding drives, free vaccination camps, rescue adoption of strays. Puhor aims to create a friendly animal-human relationship. So, Faiza, my first question to you is, how did you come up with this idea? And before you tell us about it, tell us something about yourself.
Hi everyone, so I'm Fayeja. So I'm basically doing my graduation. Actually, I'm at the end of it. So I have completed this year. So the idea, actually, to be honest, I wasn't like so attached to dogs. Okay, during my childhood, I wasn't so attached. So, but like I said, so I have many of the dogs in front of my house. I have many dogs in front of my house. So they are always roaming around me. Even once I also ran away from them, like very scary. So, but it was like one puppy died. So suddenly there was like one puppy died. Uh, he was starving actually, maybe because he didn't got much food. So one puppy died. But I was fond of puppies. Everyone is fond of puppies. So I was fond of puppies, but like then I realized, then I started like feeding them. I fed them, some of them. So then it started like that. So then I realized সবকে তো খাবো নোৱাৰি, I cannot feed all of them, I cannot cover all of the areas. So then like I put a story on my WhatsApp if anyone wants to help me and all. So like it started actually 2 years ago. There was one more group, so I was there, but it didn't got successful, like it got broken also. Then again, so last year from Facebook I got Puhor. So it started like that.
Mane hetu eta awakening asile when you saw the puppy die.
Yeah.
And tell us a little about yourself. Mane, to me, I assume you're a student.
Yeah, I'm a student. So I was doing my BSc in botany from JB College here only.
Right.
And yeah, this was my last sem. And yeah, I'm mostly now into this Puhor. So I haven't thought anything about other things right now. So like I'll be continuing with Puhor.
Okay, how tell us how is your family mane keneko support paisa tomar family pra or friends of
Support from family was not that good at the beginning. Okay, like means it was like I usually bring dogs to my home whenever I found someone like at the street or it was injured or like that, or I found a puppy alone, so I used to bring it home. So my parents weren't that like okay, but slowly when they saw me, like yeah, gradually I was being growing in this field. So now they are okay with everything, but at the initial stage I don't think that they were so supportive. So yeah, and friends are like very supportive, so everyone is like okay with that and very happy. So they always call me whenever something goes with their puppy or anything. So they are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a pet now?
Yeah, I have a pet.
Okay, nice. So about the organization, I wanted to ask, how do you manage all the funds? Mane keneke donation ne, heavy ne?
So actually our basic source of fund is from our members. We don't have like any funding from outside or any different organizations. We don't have it. We only have our members. So basically there is a monthly fee. Okay, that's a minimum 150 rupees that we collect from everyone. And like with it, we used to cover the all the matlab, expenses with all it. The basically matlab, the member fee. But yeah,
Mane
yeah.
initially funds or problem hoisile?
Yeah, actually, due to fun, we have stopped feeding. This month, we haven't fed. We haven't done any treatment. Yeah, only the emergency ones we have done, but we haven't fed anything else. Matlab. We have almost stopped the feeding. And we are also in our process to registration. Actually, for that reason only, because we are very short of funds. So, yeah, we have.
How much does it take? Edinot puppies bilakok ba hairy dogs bilakok feed koribole edinot kiman budget hoy?
Usually, if it comes to budget, it almost cost up to like 2,000 rupees for 150 to 200 dogs. Like if we cover
Okay.
the whole town area. But
Okay.
so whenever someone like sponsors or someone gives us the takes the opportunity to feed them, then we take it's like their choice. If they how much they give, it's like their choice.
Okay. Nice. So, if you have a donation link or something, would you like to request the people watching this webinar to
Yeah,
donate?
sure. The link is already, I think, attached to the Puhor Insta page. There's a
Okay.
Razor Pay link, so you can also like pay there if you want to. Actually, please do it because we are in real need at this time. Very.
Yes. Yes. Sure. আৰু হেৰি মই শুনিছো আপোনালোকে ৰেস্কিউ কৰে।
Yeah, not exactly rescue since we don't have a shelter home. So there's a big problem out there that we don't have a shelter home. So what we do is like we do the treatment and like give him a temporary home or a place, like if we can get some place, like a rented home or something like that. If we get it, so we keep them there for a few days, then again like drop them off the street. So yeah, we
Okay.
don't do rescues actually now because
Okay.
it's
Any?
like a very critical process. So
I understand.
yeah.
Any rescue stories that you'd like to share?
Yeah, actually, that was our first rescue. His name was Tuk Tuk.
Okay.
So he met with an accident. He lost his two legs, both of his like back legs. He lost it. So there was a lady named Tunmoni. So she informed us. Actually, she brought him home. First, she brought him home. She dressed him up like she was a very good lady. So she dressed him up. She called us. Then the next day, we were like, he wasn't even able to move. So it was very delicate situation. We already lost matlab hope ki he wouldn't survive. But like he was a very friendly and very like active dog. So we one of our members, Rahul, his name was, so he adopted him, took care of him, and now he is like the most naughty of all of them, most one. He used to run away everybody, like birds, other dogs, even dogs bigger than him. He used to like run away all of them. So like yeah, that was a very successful one and most memorable because yeah, it was a first rescue also. So yeah.
So that was one story that you'd always
Yeah,
share.
one story. Our first actually rescue, successful rescue. So it was that.
Nice. আৰু মই শুনিছো যে ভেকচিনেশ্যন ড্ৰাইভ কৰিছা তোমালোকে। সেইটো
Yeah,
কথা ক'ব পাৰিবা নেকি অলপ মানে?
yeah. So vaccination drive to আমি March 1st কৰিছিলো. And like we vaccinated more than like 200 dogs. So it was a free vaccination camp. Anti-rabies কাৰণে দিয়া হৈছিল. আৰু yeah, we basically like covered the local ones, but yeah, most of them brought their pets and all. So we also gave them, but we wanted like the local pets, because we see that like most families don't prioritize them, like they keep them aside and take their breeds like more to be important, you know. So they don't take care of the local ones like they take care of the breed ones. So we like prioritize the local ones, local street dogs which we had. Yeah. So we the actual number was like 150 of them were local dogs, I can assure that. So yeah, we vaccinated them and also gave them like some the sample foods and all. So yeah, we vaccinated them.
So তোমালোকে এটো স্পন্সৰ কৰিছিলে কোনবাই এটো?
It was not a whole sponsor program, but yeah, some of the pharmaceutical companies gave us the vaccinations. Like they gave us 100 of them, and 100 of them was from ourselves only. So it was
Okay,
a 50-50.
How did you approach them? মানে কোনবাই বেলেগেও হেনেকে approach কৰিব পাৰিব মানে আমাৰ audience-ত?
Yeah. So we didn't actually approach them. We have a vet, Dr. Apurva Buragohai. So yeah, he's the skeleton of our team. So he approached them actually. So he has many representatives and all, like he's very friendly with them. So they approached us actually. They said that we should do something like this, you know. So he approached all of them. So we got like 100 to 120 vaccinations from them. So he was like the whole planner of that thing. So Apurva is.
So হেৰি I hear কি Jorhatot একো মানে shelter services এতিয়ালৈকে নাই, নহয় জানো? Are you planning to open one হেনেকুৱা কিবা project on the way, something like that?
Yes, of course. We are planning to do that, so that like we are on our way to registration. Actually, we will be done by next month, I think. So after that, we are thinking of the first step, like to be a shelter home. So we will surely do that actually.
Okay, so Payal might have a few questions. Payal, please unmute and ask.
Yeah. Hi, Fayeja.
Hi.
So I would like to know what are the few challenges you have faced or maybe you're still facing now.
Okay. Actually, the first challenge was the society, you know.
Yeah.
Because for, you know, like to feed like few dogs, we had to face a lot of problems. Only a few dogs. Like in most of the areas, people think if you feed a dog regularly in that area, he will come by and like obviously dog barks at night, so he will disturb them. So that was their basic idea, actually their basic mindset, like that. So we were abused most of the times. Like most of the times we were abused, saying that ki acha like manhok nukhwa kintu kukurok khwaisa. So that was our first problem. We couldn't feed, you know, like some areas were jail road, basically jail road. Like all people were aggressive, then they threatened us to kill like all the dogs and all. So it was a very big problem there. So it's basically their mindset. Yeah, we are facing it right now also.
Okay.
Talking about society.
Yeah,
continue. I'll ask later.
no, sure. So no, it's basically ki tat mane manuhe amak jiman mane মানুহক যিমান ভাবে যে মানুহক হেল্প কৰিলে মানে এনেকুৱা তেনেকুৱা, কুকুৰক কিন্তু হিমানি মানে মানুহে একদম মানে বহুত বেয়া পায়, বহুত বেছি বেয়া পায়. So that like I really want like all the people to know ki like dogs don't bite anyone for no reasons, you know.
Yeah.
So they were making up even stories ki dog bite my children and all. So they were making up that stories just to matlab amak nalage muthote yat nukhua ba tenuka no nukhua ba muthote. So yeah, it's that. So it was very hard.
Yeah. So society কথাত মই এটা question সুধিব খুজিছিলো, কিবা তেনেকুৱা campaigns কৰিছিলা নেকি মানে হেৰি society awareness হেৰি কৰিবলৈ?
No, actually no. We planned to do something like that in July. because our first campaign was like in March, so we were planning to do it in July, but due to lockdown we couldn't. So now we are planning we will do a whole awareness program, and also we are planning something very fun like in Jorhat. So in January, because it's our first anniversary also there, like the official anniversary, we were like on 27 January. So we will do that for sure.
Okay, July tata hoisla na. When did you
Mm.
say was your last campaign?
No, it was in March. We planned to do
Okay.
it in July because during the lockdown, so we can't do it. So it was not
So
happening. So,
that was the feeding campaign, I suppose.
no. In March, it was the vaccination campaign, and
Okay.
from the February, we started the feeding and all everything.
Okay, sure. File, please carry on.
Yeah, and what about the volunteers? মানে কিমান মানুহ আছে তোমাৰ লগত মানে হেল্প কৰিবলৈ বা তেওঁলোকৰ পৰা কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হেল্প পোৱা তুমি?
We have around 150 members. Okay,
Yeah.
like irregular ones, but like we have them, and like around 50 of them are like very active, so they have like very supportive and all. But to be honest, it's like at the first when we started, everyone is very excited about it, and like everyone is very energetic and all. But
Yeah.
now gradually it has started to drop down, so
Okay.
yeah, so now it's mostly 10 to 15 members working like every day, the same members. The others are like, some are supporting financially, but it's not like they're in the field work and all. So yeah, so
সেইটো কাৰণে
not
কেতিয়াবা
all of
প্ৰব্লেম
them.
হয় নেকি?
হয় বহুত বেছি প্ৰব্লেম হৈ যায়, এনেকুৱা হৈ যায় মানে চবৰে জব থাকে, অকল এটা ষ্টুডেণ্টছে নহয়, এতিয়াতো জব কৰা মানুহে আছে বেছি গ্ৰুপত, তো তেওঁলোকৰ জব থাকি যায়, কিছুমানৰ ইভিনিং ডিউটি থাকে, তো আমি আগতে তেনেকে মিলাইছিলো, কিন্তু এতিয়া সেইটো কাৰণে বহুত প্ৰব্লেম হৈ যায় মানে। তো তেওঁলোকে যেতিয়া পাৰ্টিচিপেট নকৰে, জবৰ পৰা আহি কিবা ৰেস্কিউ এটা ফোন আহিলেও আমি তালে যাব নোৱাৰো, বা ফিডিঙৰ কাৰণেও যাব নোৱাৰা হৈ যাওঁ, তো সেইটো কাৰণে বহুত প্ৰব্লেম হয়।
অ'কে, আৰু এটা কথা, তুমি নামটো পোহৰ বুলি কিয় চুজ কৰিলা?
So পোহৰটো একচুৱেলি আমাৰ যোনজন সেক্ৰেটাৰী হয় বিনোদ দা বুলি, তেওঁ দিছিল নামটো, তো it basically means light. So পোহৰটো এইটো কাৰণে we wanted to like throw some light onto this matter, like regarding the animals and the street dogs, and it's also like a ray of hope. So yeah, Puhor was given in like that manner. It was also a ray of hope, and like we also wanted to throw some light into this matter, because Jorhatot মানে দেখা যায় যে ইমান মানে আগতে ইমান তেনেকুৱা নাছিল, মানে কোনো এনিমেল ৰেস্কিউ গ্ৰুপ বা ওয়েলফেয়াৰ গ্ৰুপ তেনেকুৱা নাছিলে। So yeah, for that reason.
Okay.
Police, are they aware of this organization? Aru kiba help poa niki policeor pora?
Yeah, recently actually we are working on something with police also. We are working on basically a case actually. So তো ৰিচেণ্টলি এৱেৰ হৈছে, মানে এতিয়া এৱেৰ হৈছে, এতিয়া আমি জনাইছো যে আমি তেনেকে মানে কাম কৰি আছো, তো ৰিচেণ্টলিহে সেইটো হৈছে।
Would you like to tell us about the case?
Yeah, I'll not go to the details, but yeah, actually Jorhator street dogs khini মানে মাজতে বহুত নাইকিয়া হৈছিলে। Recently, from the last 1 month, around we lost around 50 dogs from the streets. So it was মানে আমার মতে it was like লৈ গৈছিল কোনবাই মানে for their meat.
Yes.
For their meat, yeah. So we complained about that, and like we are working on it, but still no results.
Oh,
so
matlab heri scandal of dog meat.
Yeah, something like that. We don't know exactly for what they are taking away. We can't say like for only the meat or like that, but we don't know. So but yeah, almost 40 and 50 dogs were like gone in like a 1 week. Like in 7 days, 40-50 dogs disappeared from nowhere. So yeah. And not only street dogs, you know, I like want to tell everyone, keep your pets safe in your house. Like almost 10 to 15 dogs were reported missing, means pet যোনটো ঘৰৰ হয় তেনেকুৱা কুকুৰো বহুত মিছিং হৈছিল. We got around 10 to 15 complaints about it. So yeah, keep your pets safe like in your house. For nowadays, like it's very scary, you know, very scary.
Yes. আৰু হেৰি আৰু মানে তুমি ষ্টুডেণ্টটো হয় আৰু এনেকুৱা অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যনতো কাম কৰিছা, how do you manage that?
It's sometimes it's difficult, but you know, like I enjoy doing this. I enjoy a lot doing like all the stuff of Puhor and all. Even sometimes I'm not telling it to doing everyone, but sometimes I used to compromise my methods of study also for Puhor, you know. So yeah, sometimes it's difficult, but I used to manage like because Puhor is mostly I used to do in my phone and whatever it is. So yeah, I used to go to college and again I used to come do my feeding sometimes even at 6 and 7 like that. Even now I do it. It's like always. So at night I used to feed always. So yeah, that's I manage like that.
Nice. Do you see any change after you started Puhor?
Yes, definitely. I saw a lot of change. Actually, মই য'ত থাকো ন, তো আমাৰো মানে তেনেকে ইয়াত মানে বহুতে কুকুৰ ভাল নাপাইছিলে, মানে ইভেন সব মানে ক'বলৈ গ'লে কোনো কুকুৰ ভাল নাপাইছিলে. But since I started working, you know, like all the nearby peoples and all, now they are aware of say something मतलब পোহৰ বুলি কিবা এটা আছে ন, so কুকুৰটো কিবা এটা কৰিলে মানে there will be some consequences or like there will be trouble and all. So basically all the people nearby, they are like very supportive, you know. So now they have changed, even they cuddle up puppies. So yeah, they have changed a lot. So they also now love the dogs and all. Yeah. So that's the matlab change, ha. মানে ওচৰত মই হেতু সবতছে ভাল লাগে ন, কাৰণ ওচৰৰ মানুহে ভাল পালে সাপোৰ্ট কৰিলে ধৰা কুকুৰটাক মানে কি তেতিয়া ক'বলেও ভাল লাগে ন, নিজে কিবা এটা কৰি আছো তো ওচৰৰ মানুহখিনি সাপোৰ্ট কৰিলে ভাল লাগে. তো yeah, that's matlab visible change হেতু
আৰু হেৰি তোমালোকৰ adoptionও কৰোৱা তোমালোকে, right? So কিমান হৈছে আৰু মানে তেনেকুৱা কিবা adoption story কিবা যদি আছে?
Yeah. So adoption usually তোমাৰ 500 up হৈ গ'ল local puppies ৰ কাৰণে adoption 500 up মানে এতিয়ালৈকে মোৰ ৰেকৰ্ডৰ মতে তো 500 up আমি adopt কৰাইছো মানে local puppies. But কিছুমান কেতিয়াবা কি হয় মানুহে মানে এটোৰ এডভান্টেজ ল'বলৈ লয় যে puppy পাই আছো ফ্ৰীতে, like earlier I said about that meat scandal and all, no? তো মানুহে তেনেকে এটোৰো এডভান্টেজ ল'বলৈ লৈছিলে. So কি কৰে মানে আমাক কল কৰে, বেলেগ বেলেগ মানুহে কল কৰে. They used to give their ID proofs in different addresses because they matlab তাহাঁতি এনেকুৱা মানুহ আছিলে ন, সবেই বেলেগ বেলেগ জেগাৰ পৰা বিলং কৰে. তো তেনেকুৱা কিছুমান আছিলে. তো লাষ্ট ইয়াৰ নহয়, এইটো ইয়াৰ তোমাৰ around এপ্ৰিল মানত তেনেকুৱা মানে দুটা কেছ হৈ গৈছে. তো মানে আমিতো একচুয়ালি মান্থলি চেকত ৰাখো, তো মান্থলি আমাক ফটোজ দিবলগীয়া হয় মানে. বাট তাহাঁতি মানে যেতিয়া আমি জনালো যে আমাক মান্থলি ফটোজ লাগে এণ্ড কিবা, দেন দে ইউজ টু চে কি কুকুৰটো মৰি গ'লে কি হ'ব মানে. তো তেতিয়া আমি মানে কি আৰু অলপ গম পালো যে কিবা লাইক দেৰ চামথিং ৰং, তো তেতিয়া মানে কুকুৰখিনি আকৌ ঘূৰাই আনো আৰু. তো তেনেকুৱা সেইটোৱে.
মানে হেতুৰ কাৰণে কিবা laws আছে নেকি? Are you aware মানে তেনেকুৱা কিবা about the adoption and the illegal meat, and of course there's the 50 rupees fine thing, which is very disappointing, I would say.
Yeah, very disappointing actually we till now we don't have any strict laws regarding the street dogs and all. People can do whatever they want with them. Like right now not right now, earlier I read a story ki in Bangalore the matlab kukur bilak dhori loi goise tat tahati goi mane dumping ground ot mari die.
Yes.
তো তাততো সেইটো তোমাৰ ধৰা গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ আণ্ডাৰতে হৈ আছে যদি হৈ আছে বস্তুটো I don't know how much it's true but I read an article actually someone sent it to the Puhor page so I don't know how much it's true but yeah so গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ আণ্ডাৰতে হৈ আছে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে জানে যে এনেকুৱা কিবা হৈ আছে but they aren't taking any actions so that shows ki tahati ekebare they are neglecting it they don't care how much matlab ekue care nai ekue nai street dogs khini upor so no, there is no such law for street dogs. Actually, you can do whatever. मतलब सब जी मजे ताके मानुहे কৰি থাকে ইভেন মই ভাবিছিলো এডপশনৰ আগত মানে আমি সাগে কিবা পারমিশন লব লাগিব নেকি লোকেলক মানে এডপ্ট কৰাবলে but then when I researched and asked people about it so then they said ki নাই there's no such law মানে so নাই তেনেকুৱা একো
তোমালোকৰ হেৰি এডপশনৰ প্ৰচিডিউৰটো কি হয় মানে হেৰি step by step
yeah so
like
basically
if somebody is looking from Jorhat মানে if they want to adopt from your agents মানে organization how do they do it
yeah so first you can drop a message to any of our page in Insta and Facebook or as well as me the number is given there so you can drop a message and also the gender you want so then according to the requirement we like search for puppies so after puppies we need the address proof xerox and also your 2 alternative phone numbers and like we also sometimes if like if we are if we doubt about the address and all so we like to drop them ourselves only so we like to go to the address and like check if everything is okay and all if it's the correct home and all so we like to give the puppy ourselves only drop off the puppy so it's basically you can put a requirement we want a puppy its gender is this so we can tell you the time by the puppy is ready because now the puppies are very small so we take the time and like we'll let you know the time and you can take the puppies with the address proof and also your 2 alternative phone numbers so basically
যেতিয়া তাহাঁতি লৈ যায় after you drop off the puppies do you go and check
no we don't
আকৌ
check no we don't check but we like monthly amak photos or videos dibo lage mane hetu rule hoy june aru mane amar members jihetu bahut hoy so june puppy to mane jar sinaki die ba jak contact kori die jar through di die so tahati he puppy to mane gote monthly eta check rakhibo lage mane je monthly etu video paisu monthly ekhon photo paisu so it's like that
it's that person's responsibility
yeah it's that member's responsible to be like known about the puppy for the rest
আমি often we see মানে হে stray dogs বিলাক ৰাস্তাত মাৰি পেলাই গুচি যায় how are they treated হে dead bodies বিলাক কেনেকে treat কৰে Jorhatot
so there is no like official dumping ground for them so what we do is like we sometimes bury them into our own place if we have place on our place so we bury them in our own place or what we do is like if we don't have any choice like the place is far by so we place them in a carton wrap them up nicely and like we used to go to the dumping ground near Bhugdoi so yeah we dump them there only
that's really sweet of you and yate as you are telling me about your organization now I know that there are many people involved in this organization মানে বহুত মানুহ যেনেকে বহুত ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ মানুহ আছে job কৰি আছে so how did you all meet and then মানে decide on this
first tumar we were only 5 of them at first so I was there and 4 more were there we like Apurvada was there Dr. Apurva so yeah so we 5 of them were there then we met then we asked everyone to post stories if anyone wants to join and so slowly members increased and then there was a meeting at January so January it was and yeah we also like put a news on newspaper if someone wants to join like something like this. So yeah, so slowly members increased, and then on January like we had a met. So yeah, it gone that way. So there were like some of them were like known people, so they put up stories there, then people wants to join, they contact us. So yeah, it's going till now like that.
আৰু কিবা এনেকা মানে তোমালোকৰ তোমাৰ colleagues-ৰ কিবা stories that you want to share, rescue missions or adoptions, anything?
Rescue missions, maybe. Yeah, actually I myself rescued. So there was it was a she dog. I never named her actually. To be honest, I never named her. So I found her near JB College. So she was, I think, somewhere. She was a pet one day, but she was left off due to the skin disease. She had very rough skin and all. Her all fur was shed off. So তাইক মানে কোনোবাই পেলাই থৈ গৈছিলে, JB ফ্ৰণ্টতে পেলাই থৈ গৈছে. So first day তাইক দেখিছিলো, but মই কলেজ কৰি অহাৰ পিছত তাই মানে নাইকিয়া হৈ থাকিল, তাই তাত নাছিলে. So I lost her that day. Tar pisot again I found her near the Manisha bakery, but tatu edin dekhilus, then like again I lost her. So it was like that. Then third day when I saw her, I informed my group members and all. So there was no place to keep her at that time. Also we had no shelter, and she had like severe injuries. Her even the half of the nose were cut. She had a half nose only. So she didn't need half of it. So then she was at my home is nearby to JB. So yeah, so I bought her home. She was with me for 3 months. So but like one of our members adopted her, so she's in Mariani now. But yeah, but she didn't like recovered much, but she was a very playful dog. So even with that, she was bleeding with the nose regularly. Means, for 1 month or like some that. So she was bleeding. The bleeding didn't stop. It was something like internal injury and all. We had her surgery 2 times, but it was not stopping. She had tumors around her nose, all around her face and tumors. So it was regrowing every time we cut that. So yeah, that was a very like attached one. I used to keep her very close actually, and for 3 months it's like I got a bond with her. So yeah, that was like a very good one, good rescue.
How did you manage the funds? It must have cost, right? For
Yeah,
the
at that I used to spend my own money. I used to spend my own money if it didn't have, and I didn't even realize that I was spending on like something like something else. So it was like my own pet. So it was nothing. It didn't bother me at all. So yeah, I mostly used to spend my own money if I didn't had the funding from the group. So yeah,
that's nice. And one question, do you see discrimination amongst breeds?
obviously
breed
that's
bilakor heavy discrimination hoy, and then how do you act towards it? Do you raise some awareness regarding this?
So basically আমাক যেতিয়া adoptionৰ কাৰণে মানে কোনোবাই requirement দিয়ে বা message দিয়ে, তো they basically মানে সব নহয়, but most of them ask the first question is, do you have any breed dogs? Like which breed do you have? So the first question is that. So then we say it like there was one person, so he asked for a German Spitz. Okay, so he asked for a German Spitz. Then we said like one of our members said him, please go to Germany, so if you want a Spitz. So then he was basically disappointed, and like he threw a lot of hate comments and all. But yeah, so there is this breed, everyone likes breed dogs, no one likes the local ones. So yeah, it's between everyone. Even I think that most of the animal lovers, most of the dog lovers which we call, are they basically like the breed dogs. Nobody loves like the local ones. So but yeah, So it's basically everywhere. But yeah, we never used to like force anyone to take up the local ones, because after taking a local ones, what they used to do is like they throw them off or like drop them off the street once they grow bigger, and like, yeah, so it's basically everywhere.
Yes. So we are taking some questions from the audience.
Yeah, sure.
Priyanshu has a question. Priyanshu, please unmute and ask.
Yeah. So I had a question. Are you aware of the organization Lolo from Jorhat,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
any
sure.
you've been working with from Assam?
Okay, okay, yeah, sure, I'm aware.
I just wanted to know, like, have you started working with them, or because we have seen, like, from a particular area, there are always confusions between which area to take care of. Like, Puhor is taking care of one, the other is not. The other organizations also come in, and there is a clash.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem, some kind of problem you face.
No, actually, we haven't thought about it, like working together or anything. Like we haven't thought about it since uh, we didn't do rescue because we didn't have shelter homes, and so is their problems. Like is every other group's problem where nobody has a shelter there. So since nobody has a shelter, we haven't thought of working. But yeah, surely we will. Surely we will. Once a registration is done, so surely we will.
Okay, thank you.
So, as you know that Diwali is around the corner,
Yeah.
and pets are noise sensitive. They're very sensitive towards the crackers, and there are heinous incidents that has been happening
Mm-hmm.
towards the pets and towards the strays, I might add.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to say about that?
Yeah, so we are planning to do a awareness program for Diwali also. It's like say no, not no to crackers. Like you can obviously that full jari on, we can you can obviously light that, but the thing is like when you light something, when you and you throw, what we mostly see is in town areas. What they do is they burn up something and like throw them to the dogs.
Hmm.
They basically threw them, so they get burnt and all. We found most of the dogs, like in the last year we found many dogs last year burnt and all after Diwali. So yeah, last year also we did one campaign. It was like we put some diyas inside a paper bag and like we handed over pamphlets and the diyas to people, around the corner. So yeah, so we are doing it this year also. But yeah, I would really like to say ki whenever you are doing something, it's not only you that exist. So you should also think about like your pets, not only your pets, the street dogs. They don't have anyone, but yeah, you that's the least you can do it for them. Don't throw the crackers to them. Like don't light soundy crackers and all. It really displeases them, because it's not us only. We only think about us. We humans are like that. We only think about us, our enjoyment and all. But it's like it's very very like traumatic for them. So yeah, please don't do that. In this year at least, don't do that. Now that you know, you
I
are
have
aware of that.
I have a question. Uh, so since you mentioned that animals do not like, of course, like loud sounds of firecrackers. So
Yeah.
can you list out a few pointers that people can take note of when their animals are stressed, especially when the firecrackers are going off, or I guess pollution is also a problem for pets. So can you list out a few pointers that animal owners or pet owners can take note of, which would point them that towards towards a stressed animal, like they can understand that their pets are stressed and they can take remedial action. Can you point out these factors?
Yeah. So I'm not an expert, but yeah, actually, when your pet is stressed, they usually don't like to play around with you. So they don't like being with you. They basically do is hide under something. you can see that, or they basically like sleeping everywhere. So what I do is like around Diwali, what I used to do is my dog like loves to play with like bones. So what I used to do is keep him busy and like be with him, like keep him closer, or like give him the things that he likes the most. So I used to always give him a bone and like keep him close to me. So that's the basic thing I do. But yeah, you can also like assure that your pet is right and like not go out and be with him. So yeah, so it's basically that.
That was about dogs, right? So, what do we
Yeah,
do about what do we do for cats? They, I mean, their
actually,
symptoms are quite different, I'm sure. So, and how
yeah,
do
but
we?
actually I'm not friendly to cats. I don't know much about them. So yeah, I think I can't answer that.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
So I see Milin has a question, sir.
Um, when I say, could you share the link that could you share this link that I send right now? First of all, let's share with the link that I share. The host, could you please share that link?
Yeah, just a second.
Okay. So I wanted to talk a few things. So, uh, first, first of all, thank you for doing the work you are doing. So, but it is very important to collaborate. So I'm very happy that Priyanshu brought it up. It's so that you can share all the resources. So this is generally a jacket. Generally, they have it's. I'm showing it in abroad. It's called the Thunder shirt for dogs. So if you put that, so it's supposed to. I do not know what all they have inside that. So I want to share for the young generation because now you guys have so much of among you. There's so many people are dog lovers and cat lovers. So this generally helps, and maybe you should be able to create something like that too. It's a little bit expensive, but if you put this heavy thing, I mean, they're shaking stops. So many of the
Mhm.
people uh, in abroad generally put this. All right, and somebody could do more research on this. All right.
Mm.
Uh, so I wanted to share that there's things like that available. Specifically, that is during 4th of July, where people use lots of firecracker. They use for pet. All right. So second thing I want you to share is that pet dog circular. Could you please share that PDF?
Yeah.
Uh, that is the laws. You know, when you are starting when doing work with animal rescue, have somebody work with somebody who is into law, and maybe some of you, because you are young student, maybe some of you should get into law and learn about in pet laws. So there are pet laws available, or we can share this document with you. um, do we scroll down, Cora? Yeah, Cora. So this is it is showing you the laws for pet owner, guidance for pet owners as well as for street dogs. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
তুমি জানা না have you seen this document?
No, I haven't. Like, I
Okay,
have seen
we'll
it right
forward
now.
that. We will
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
that to
sure.
you,
Yeah,
and it
please.
will be great. It is Jorhat is a small town, but Jorhat
Yeah,
to it apartment complex IS, no?
yeah.
Okay, so if you could connect with the secretary of various apartment complexes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
share this one, the pet
Yeah.
owners, yeah, the pet owner to be scroll down cross on it will be street dog or what's it? Huh? And we just came to know because quite a lot of information we are getting learning from Nandini
Okay.
or Nainika. These are the two people whom I have seen most informed in Assam. Okay,
Yeah.
so we are planning to have a session. Okay, things that you
Okay.
do not know about pet, you should list out. That we will have a webinar where we will discuss all this. Not only going a workshop, we will have a workshop where we will
Yeah.
invite Nandini and Nainika to explain and share their knowledge. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So that to scroll down, just scroll down and show her what all information it has. It has resident owning a resident to asset. All right. So this is from government, uh, and we have a group where you can ask questions. Yeah, I mean, don't make no assumption. Don't make assumption that there's no laws, because that become very wrong information, because there
Yeah.
are laws. All right.
Okay,
Now
okay,
you may
sure.
not be knowing, so that. So this is I came to know, and anything related to laws, there's Nayanika who you can connect, and who is Human Society International India chapter, or Aham chapter Chilitse. All right. So
Yeah,
similarly, share these other two documents. Illegal pet trade. There's another document which you can share about illegal pet trade.
Yeah.
সব চবৰে license থাকিব লাগে. Okay. So anywhere it will be great for you to now, because you have 150 volunteers or whatever. Try to start listing all the pet shops. Jote jodi
yeah,
jodi pesa kina korise, they have to have a license. You have
yeah,
the right to ask them whether they have the license or not. So make
yeah,
a list of all the pet shops, and also all the breeder. Each breeder
yeah,
also should have a license.
yeah,
So we will illegal to yate information to me pabai, prevent quality act, and they have to have a license. And show the other document. Could you please show the other document also? So
Yeah.
those are quite informative. And I also recently got it. This is
yeah,
this document is basically saying that during the pandemic, uh, everybody's the pet shop, if they're closed, their pets should not be abandoned. Majority
yeah,
pet shop or
yeah. They
যদি
shouldn't be kept in the shops. Yes.
yeah, so you should share all that and start making certain things will be helpful, because তোমালোক এতিয়াতো দুটা organization আছে ন, তাৰপিছত আৰু বহুত organization হ'ব. So what we have seen in Guwahati, that people come together and they very passionate, they open organization. কিন্তু তোমালোকৰ যদি norm নাথাকে, কিবা norm নাথাকে, regulation নাথাকে তোমাৰ গ্ৰুপটোৰ ভিতৰত, then there will be fights, and then there will be people will go their way, people not show up, then only one person may have to do. So maybe you have to have some certain kind of norms. All right. And maybe
Yeah,
you also should have those people who are members pay certain amount monthly, because that
mm-hmm.
monthly amount could be used, because একটা dog to be যদি rescue নকৰা, then what is the use of the animal, thing, rescue is a big thing in animal welfare, right? আৰু
Yeah.
এটা rescue কৰিব গ'লে তোমাৰ 20,000 টকা লাগি যায়.
Mm-hmm.
So either you can have a membership amount that that people who are involved have to give certain amount of membership. I'm just saying that what we have seen other, aru
Yeah.
aru what all you could we can also think that what all can be done so that membership is retained, so that only few people are not burned out. You know,
Yeah.
because even now, Nagaon, but whatever, the people go on sending, okay, this dog is injured and this dog, but people do not realize that tomorrow funding ahanai,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you? My question for you is that what do you do when informer is telling you, ki yate dog eta more, হৈছে বা তোমালোকে কি কৰা, informer কি কৰা, how do you take the information?
Like if we have fun, then too we take it. কিন্তু যদি fun নাই বা তেনেকুৱা, so like we then also used to do the treatment. So we telling the group that we have a certain case, so and so. তো কোনোবাই যদি কিবা contribute কৰিব খুজিছা বা দিব খুজিছা, then you can give it so that we can start the treatment. So we basically do is we tell in our group that we have a situation and a case, and we would like to everyone to contribute so that we can carry on the treatment. So it's basically that we don't like deny, like not we used to deny like some of the cases which are out of our reach, even if it's like too far away, or like if we can't do that. So we used to deny some of that, but like mostly if we can, we do it. So it's basically that.
So how do you make sure that eta kukur enjoy and the inform both the organization? Yeah, other organization Jorhat, I forgot the name. How
Yeah,
do you make sure?
Lolo.
Sorry, কি
yeah,
নাম
like
ছিল এটার?
Lolo.
Lolo. So how do you make sure that Lolo also doesn't send a person and you guys also send a person? So then it will be duplicate effort, right? So
we haven't like faced that situation right now, and we have. So basically we like what we do is like if we go there first and receive the dog, so we bring that, and like if they comes there first, then they do it. So it's basically that now.
but there's no common group. Is there no common group where like there is a pet rescue for Guwahati, there's a pet rescue Assam. Is there
No,
pet
no, we
rescue
don't do that.
group? So are you thinking of having something like that? So that it is irrespective of your organization. People could be there,
Mm,
irrespective of the organization.
yeah, we haven't thought about it like till now, but yes, we might like do it in the next year and all, because like right now we are facing a lot of problems with our funds and all. So we
Okay.
need to stabilize that, and also we need to complete our registration. So
Okay.
yeah, basically now we are doing is like completing the most priority is like completing our registration and like stabilize everything and like bring back to normal. So then we will start our new programs and whatever it is. Yeah.
So you said that you are a student. So what are you studying right now?
I was doing my bachelor's in botany.
So what is your goal? Are you going to continue in this line, or what is the future for Puhor?
So right now I'm thinking to like continue with Puhor. But yeah, I will also continue my studies further, but not this year. So I'm taking a year off, and like I'll make the whole group stabilize and all. I'll do whatever it needs, and once it gets stabilized and all, I'll like appoint someone new and all. So once we have the fundings right, then we can like appoint someone good and all. So yeah, so I'm taking a year off to like stabilize the whole thing.
So do you have a board?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a board for Puhor?
Board. Yeah. We have.
How many board members?
We now basically have five.
5 board.
Yeah.
So you are creating your objective and goals and all that purpose of all.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Have you created some structure so that it continues without you?
Yes,
If
actually
not,
I have started it. I haven't like completed it, but I have started it, yes.
and in the future, if you like, because Anajori as such, what we would like to do is help organization, you know, to have their structure. Because
Yeah.
বহুতে অসমত কৈ দিয়ে যে এনাজৰি এটা এনজিঅ খুলি লৈছো, but
Mm-hmm.
এনাজৰি এনেকে কৈ দিয়ে এটা এনজিঅ খুলি লৈছো, sounded like that you are opening a dukan. But
Yeah.
NGOs are generally, as soon as you become public, it becomes public. As soon as you use public money, then it
Yeah.
does not owned by anybody, right? It will not be you, or anybody. It could be the public, right? So
Yeah.
we ourselves is learning our structuring process, and one of our goal in Azuri is to handhold organizations, specifically right now with animal welfare organization, to
Yeah.
handhold them so that we are trying to create some document where it is a handbook for rescuing a dog, so or cat. বহুত মানুহে এতিয়া কেটক কেনেকে ট্ৰিটমেণ্ট কৰিব লাগে নাজানে, ইভেন বেট বিলাকেও নাজানে. So
Mm-hmm.
we are collecting information so that we are having handbooks. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So similarly, আমি pet rescue কিছুমান process to, SOP specific of operation আমি লিখি আছো. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe if it's helpful for you, you can share them, and your operation তোমালোকৰ অকমান বেলেগো হ'ব পাৰে, so that you can modify, and then you can use it also. As soon as you get new members, then you can say that, okay, street road rescue, this is the process, so that
Okay.
they know what is your process, and you can modify for Jorhat. For example, right now we are doing for purpose in Guwahati. that could be, modified for years. So anyway, so we have certain resources that we would like to share. If you are interested or your group is interested, please let us know.
Yeah, sure, we will.
Elena, back to you.
So, yes, thank you. Uh, Payal has some questions. Payal?
Yeah. So, তোমাৰ মতে গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট বা জেনেৰেল পাব্লিকে কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ধৰা তোমাক মানে কেনেকুৱা কি এইম কৰিব লাগে বা কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হেল্প তাহাঁতি কৰিব লাগে যোনটো কাৰণে it's a better place for the animals. What measures should the government take and also for the people? Because how can we aware them about this cruelty and everything about animal welfare?
Yeah, so as I'm not aware of the rules and all,
Yeah.
so government can like do a really favor is like provide a shelter, provide a shelter for every area.
Yeah.
Like I really, not I, but I really hope that government really, provide a shelter so that like if any dog is injured, like anyone can bring him up and like take to the shelter and do the treatment himself or herself.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can like provide a shelter maybe so that like any public can even also use that. So they can bring any dog or cats they found or any pets they found on the road. They can bring them themselves and like do their treatment, fund their own thing. So then it's like not a problem for us ki we need funds and all that. We need a shelter home. It will not be like that. So like public can do it themselves. So yeah, that's the one thing I really hope for.
And what about the awareness amongst the people? How do you think we should aware them?
Yeah, so basically it's like even take it for Diwali. যদি দিৱালীতে আমাক ধৰা ক্ৰেকাৰ্ছ যোনখিনি হয় মাজতেতো শুনা হৈছিলে ক্ৰেকাৰ্ছ বেন কৰিব বা তেনেকুৱা বুলি, কিন্তু তেনেকুৱা একো এতিয়ালৈকেতো দেখা পোৱা নাই।
দেখা নাই আৰু মোৰ পিছফালে এতিয়া ফুটি আছে
so they are still so এইবিলাকতো এতিয়াও চলিয়ে আছে। So যদি গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট পলিচিজ লয় কি লাইক ক্ৰেকাৰ্ছ will be there, but কিন্তু এনেকুৱা নহয় যে বহুত বেছি সাউন্ড বা বেছি হেৰি থকা। So yeah, government if takes the responsibility, like we see ki government advertises for every program they do it. Like it for NRC ক্ষেত্ৰতে যদি দেখিছিলো তেতিয়াতো নিউজত they were like full of news about that. So if they do it now about the crackers, then I think like people will really take that like to notice, ki we shouldn't do this. It's a serious problem. But এতিয়ালৈকে তেনেকুৱা একো কৰা নাই government since I am aware of. So I think that could really help.
Yeah.
So your organization is planning to do one this Diwali, right?
Yeah, we are planning to do it.
So you told us about how you console your pet. So, but like we as a society, what can we do to console the strays? What can we do as a society to console them when there are crackers everywhere during Diwali?
Yeah. So what the least you can do is please open up your gates for them. So at least they could come and like rest there for a minute. If you are not bursting it, I'm sure that they'll feel good there. So it will be a safe place there for them. So what you can do is please like give them a place for rest. Keep your gates open. So yeah, that's what you can do the least as a society, because you can't go and keep telling people ki don't burst. What that brings up is a fight, because I try to do that with my own neighbors, so I always picked up a fight with them. So what I do is I like keep all the dogs in my area, all the dogs of my area in my, like for that day I used to keep them down at my house. So yeah.
So as we are reaching our time limit, I have a last question for you. What would you like to tell the people of Assam? মানে কি মেছেজ দিব বিচাৰিছা through this platform?
And also, I would like to add about that question. Puhorar karone tumar future plans kenekwa?
Yeah. So I really want to tell the people ki street dogs mane think them to be also living creatures. First of all, most of us don't. A car runs away, मतलब एक মানে গাড়ী এখনে খুন্দিয়াই থৈ গলেও কোনো কেয়াৰ নকৰে বা আনকি বডিটো সাইডলে থৈ না যায়, লাইক গাড়ী আহি থাকে তাৰ ওপৰ দিয়ে গুচি যায়, but nobody cares about it. So first you can take the first step as ki take also them as to be a living creature. First you can do that. And yeah, for Puhor, first we are really we'll be really glad if we have a shelter home. So we are looking forward to take a shelter first of all, and then we'll be coming up with new programs. So yeah, shelter is our first goal right now because it will need time. Yeah.
Okay, that was
Alina,
indeed,
before you conclude, okay, few more
yes,
thing I would like to know.
yes, sir.
So তোমালোকে sterilization and neutering ওপৰত কিবা কাম কৰি আছা নেকি? Are you
Nine.
giving?
No,
Okay,
we
so
are not giving a thought on that since we
because
yeah.
because many people, young people we meet, and specifically যোনে ৰাস্তা কুকুৰ ভাল পায়, so many people
Mm-hmm.
say that they're animal lover, all right, and they give
Mm-hmm.
food to their dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but in a true sense, if you are animal lover, then the first thing you will do is sterilization. That is the
Okay.
most important thing. Okay,
Yeah.
and many young people do not know that. Okay, many people, young
Mm-hmm.
people, even যোনে ৰাস্তা সিদিনাখন in Sanmari in Guwahati, he's a dog lover. He said মই বিৰাট ভাল পাওঁ, সিহঁতক খাব দিও, অমুক তমুক, দুটা আহিছিলে, এতিয়া 20টা হৈ গ'ল।
Mm-hmm.
20টা হৈ লোৱাৰ লগে all the people around them become enemy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
সিহঁতি ভাল নাপায়, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing is to educate people about sterilization and get yourself educated. Why it is the most important thing. Okay, now at a dog opera, within 1 year you may have 15 or to 18 dogs, right? So we should give sterilization or neutering, and then or puppy jodi ase, you can have the mom, bring up the mom, ঘৰত রাখা junior volunteer, one of the volunteers for 2-3 months, and put the kids puppies for adoption. That way at least puppy would to street dog নহবগৈ, no, and then immediately sterilize the mom after puppies are gone. Sterilize, but that is the only way you can stop this whole thing.
Yeah.
প্ৰেগনেণ্ট মাকক ঘৰত ললা, ৰাখিলা পাপি, পাপিকেইটা ধুনীয়াকৈ এডপ্ট কৰাই দিলা, তাৰপিছত মাকক ষ্টেৰিলাইজ কৰি পেলাই you can let, so that she doesn't get pregnant again. The
Yeah.
other thing is that আৰু I can understand why you really want a shelter. It's very important to
Yeah.
have a, but
Yeah.
but if you have shelter but the whole people, as you say, that do not adopt desi dogs. So there should be also advocacy of desi dog, where there's lots of myth about desi dogs, right? Many people
Mm-hmm.
think that, oh, they are not controllable, they are not good companion, they are filthy or whatever. Or but desi dogs are the best dog for India. They are
Yeah.
stronger, they're immune. To be বেলেগ breed dog আনা, that breed dog বহুত বেমাৰ হয়, সিহঁতক একদম puppy কি বুলি কয় production machine on use কৰে, they have lots of health issues, and you will pay 50,000-40,000 rupees, and they are not built for this environment. You cannot have a Pomeranian in অসমৰ নিচিনা গেলা কি বুলি কয় হেৰি গৰমত. um, so this whole education about uh, you know sterilization and adoption of desi dog, because নহলে তোমাৰ shelter ভৰ্তি হৈ যাব, shelter এতিয়া
Yeah.
নাই, ভাল হৈছে, but 30 after 30-40 dogs, and if nobody is adopting, then what do you do with the shelter, right?
Yeah.
So so the adoption of hey awareness program will be very helpful, I feel, you know in your case.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And we can share some of the material so that you do not have to start from the very beginning, because some organization is 5-6 years ahead of you. So you can share that so that we can help each other, so that you can also have all this material which other organization already did, because we all wanted to take care of the street animal.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Elena.
Okay. Thank you so much, Milind sir. So, and thanks to you, Faiza, for coming and speaking about your
My
journey
pleasure.
and your work. You're doing great work with Puhor, and keep taking one
Thank
step at a
you.
time. I'm sure you'll succeed. And thank you so much for today. And with this, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.